Gotta throw some respect on my name. Gotta remind these folks on the daily, cause I ain't really been myself as of lately. My mind's evolving and my heart is changing. Starting to see the world how it should be. It's positively sweet.
Man, how do I put this, man? I run into this man all the time, and we always have some deep-ass conversations at the randomest times, but to be honest, the conversations let me know that his mindset is kind of on the same wavelength, and like, the things he's gonna do in the future is gonna be some life-changing things, not just for himself, but for others. But I'm gonna allow him to introduce himself real quick.
Alright, hello everybody. My name is Demonte Cladd. I go here at the University of West Florida. I'm a sophomore. I'm also in the military, and I'm also the vice president of the Mutated Chapter of Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Oh shit, 8x8, okay. That boy, he a little bit everywhere. Military. Where you from though?
I'm from a small town named Grutton, Florida, right outside of Tallahassee.
Right outside of Tallahassee, man. So how was it growing up out there?
For me, it was alright, but like that's not a place for somebody that should grow up.
Yeah, I remember you told me that you just said one day you up there and just left and just, you knew like, bro, I just gotta get there. And then you here. Shoot, there ain't nothing about that. There ain't nothing like it, bro. You went through the struggles and getting to the point where you're at right now. And now we're here on this show. I talk about the journey from boys to men. You ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Making sure. Hey, I'm making sure. Hey, you know you gotta represent, man. Hey, we 850. I'm from 850 too, so you know we gotta come with that extra energy because they don't know how we coming. And then also we're gonna let these people know things about to get right.
About to get right.
Get it right. All right, let's start about this. I remember the main topics we always talk about is the diversity as you see it on this campus. But I think we can go deeper than just the campus. We can talk about a lot of different diversity everywhere. But I know that's a big topic and a big thing you're trying to change, especially here. So tell us a little bit about that.
All right, so I've been going to school here for a year, and I noticed that the diversity here is pretty down. It's pretty poor actually. Because when I go visit the university, it's like when I go to FAMU, not excluding FAMU, when I go to Florida State, TSU, up in these other places, I see that the diversity is there. The percentage is there. The campus involvement is there. The energy from the students is there. The energy here is poor. When I look around, everybody looks sad. Everybody look like it's just going to class and that's it. But college is more than the education. It's about what you get out of it, like the networking. You came here to network and socialize so you can get what you really want. You can get education from anywhere.
Yeah.
College is built on networking. That's why it's called a university. Bring unity, diversity. Everybody gets a piece.
Yeah. And see, you come to UWF at the time where this is my third go around UWF, and I seen the growth of it and the peak of it, and what we're in right now, which is like the slumps of the diversity. Because a lot of these black organizations or multicultural organizations, they're who knows where right now, like they're nowhere to be found. So how do you think we can change that? What can we do to implement, get the diversity back to what it needs to be?
Well, based on what I see, I feel like we should bring back ASA,
Yeah.
the African American Student Association.
I was the president, and that's one thing I really feel like do need to come back. Because, like you said, it's that one spot that not just represents, people think African American just association just supposed to represent the black people.
Represent everybody.
It represents everybody. It represents all the minorities on this campus. If there's a problem, they can come to us, and we're supposed to take the head of that problem and go talk to the right people so we don't have to worry about that problem going on in this day and age and everything. So that would be a good thing you bring back also. So you already in the works for that?
Yeah, I'm already in the works. In a few weeks' time, we should have everything situated. If not this semester, if not approved, it should be guaranteed for next semester.
Facts.
But at the end of the year, that program will be up and running, and it will be strong.
Yes, sir. Hey, I like to hear that because when I was president, I was just sort of kind of went from the transition of it being a hangout spot for it to be like, yo, this is how we proceed on campus. We need to be professional, be a business. So like the new office in there, the office in there, like one of your profiles, TJ painted the office symbol. I bought the paint and everything, like I paid him out of pocket. I was like, bro, I want us to be looked at like, yo, we the elite, top notch. So like, by you stepping in and actually taking over that, because actually also was back to falling apart when I was taking it over too. I know that next year, when they do come back, you got good leadership already. I ain't even worried about it. I already know you about to, take to back to the top of where we supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
See, the thing about also, they also do a lot of connecting us to all the other organizations. And that's the big thing we was talking about too, connecting to different organizations and everything. So let's talk about that. What are you planning to do to help connect, like, especially us minorities, to different things on campus that can benefit us, help us to be successful?
All right, that's an easy topic because I use those resources.
Mm-hmm.
I use Trio. I use other things like Taste Stock and Children. That's how I get my scholarships and things like that to go to college.
Yeah.
It's too many students that I've met here, they don't know that exists.
Yeah.
Too many minority students like that. I'm like, that's not even just for the minorities, that's for everybody.
Everybody.
And everybody can utilize it. All of my friends that are all different colors, they all tell me they did not know what that is. And I told them what to do. Half of them already done took the opportunity, done joined Trio so they can get the hours in, so they can get the grants for the summer. You know, Trio will pay for your whole summer tuition. Only thing you gotta do is volunteer and get your study hours. That's easy.
Facts. But some people, they make so many excuses that you see, like, man, they don't really care about the free stuff. It's like, bro, you let you come complain all day long. But those people that take advantage of that stuff, man, I'm proud of y'all because I didn't know what Trio was when I first got back in campus. And once I figured out Trio and then they plugged me in, I was supposed to apply for this semester, but I said, you know what, they got limited spots. So I'm about to graduate. I'd rather have somebody else that's coming in, that's gonna be here for a minute, get familiar with the organization rather than, being selfish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because like those ladies in Trio,
they will help you. They are here to help you. That's literally what they talk about
every day
is helping.
And they help you with your writing labs, they help you with your homework, they give you the resources. You can't find no place to print no paper, you ain't got the money. Man, they print this stuff out for free.
Yes, just today they had a career fair in the engineering bureau. Went to Trio, print out my resume.
Yep.
They have to pay. Those are resources that we need. What about you have to type your paper, but print it out to bring it to your professor? That's easy.
Yeah.
Some people ain't got $3, $4 to go print paper.
Sure.
I understand we're in college. Join these organizations that are gonna help you succeed.
Yeah.
So you can help somebody else succeed.
Because I think Trio also do something with the resumes and everything too, help you get your
They do.
e-portfolios and all that stuff together.
They do
too.
workshops.
They do workshops about everything. That's why when I came back here and I seen, well, obviously I looked at it because it's also COVID hit when I got back. So I knew that the campus life was going to change a little bit. But now I see more organizations coming back and like doing stuff on campus. And it is that missing of the presence of art organizations. Because when I was here the second time, they had HSO. They had BSA. They had the Haitians, the Caribbeans. They had like literally the diversity here was just like booming, and we all try to go and help and support each other, but we had a lot of bumping of heads because people didn't want ASA to be what it was meant to be, the hub for every diversity organization.
Yeah, and I don't want no bumping heads.
Exactly.
I don't believe in none of that.
Yeah.
I believe if it's here to help everybody, just join hands.
Exactly.
Hi, Argos. We are all
Yeah,
in
it's the
this
perfect
together.
time when you just
Keep each other safe and
I
remember
had
to
to just
wear a
find out.
mask while in the library.
We'll be good.
Thank you.
Yeah, because a lot of people would not join because they think because they joined the other organization that at the end of the day, they don't understand, like, all right, this is how a lot of school organizations work. It depends how many people members you got and how many signers you got. And the school funds you based on that. So by them being ignorant to the knowledge of, oh, just signing up and being a part of this organization is helping build more black, get more funding to the black organizations. They missing the whole point of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's not no competition of,
Exactly.
oh, I'm black, or I'm Latino descent, or I'm Korean, any type of Asian. That doesn't matter.
No.
We are here to help everyone. It's called
Exactly.
university,
And what they stand for again?
diversity.
And unity. Damn, hey, I'm gonna start using that. Hey, you joining the unity diversity? Hey, that's a good way. Because people don't perceive that they get stuck in their ways, and they just want it to be this, how to put it, this college movie experience, and not understand that just because they perceive things and how it is on the movies, that's how we got to perceive things here. Blacks don't just got to hang out with black people. Because if you watch every college movie, you realize blacks are with the blacks, whites are with the white, Asians with the Asians. I know a lot of people right here that's every different race, every side, and like we all click together. And this is what this campus could be. And I feel like it can shape back into that. Under the right leadership and the right people that's pushing it, I know where it's going to go. So if you ever need my help, even after I graduate, just let me know. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day, or just guide you. Because, little bro, I respect what you're doing. Because I tried it one time to have too many bumps in the head, and by a lot of these organizations dissolving, bro, take it by the reins and just run with it. But we're talking about a lot of these organizations and everything else too. So, what do you want to see change in these organizations?
It's not even just the organization.
Okay.
It all have to do with the university.
Okay.
Because if the university is diverse, that means more people come to campus, more people will attend the university.
You know?
And when more people attend the university, not only that make the university now look good, that makes all those attendees feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because if you don't feel comfortable, how do you think you're going to be at your highest potential?
Go deeper in that for me, man. Look, that's just, it's part of a little.
Because that's just like in the military. You cannot go to war feeling uncomfortable. I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but afraid.
Yeah.
Even though most people will be.
Yeah.
You have to go in there with confidence. That's what I'm really saying. Most people lack the confidence here because they feel like it's superior by Caucasians that they're not going to have a success rate. But yet that's not the case.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm doing pretty good here. My grades are fine. I'm meeting the right people. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
You're networking.
Exactly. And I want the opportunity not just for me, but for everyone.
Okay. But how do we get them to get out of their shell so they can feel comfortable?
By getting a select group of people, ASA,
Yeah.
showing the diversity by people joining and showing what ASA can do for them and what they can do for ASA, so they can help each other out.
Yeah.
So when you see 3 people, 4 people, 10, 30 done join the organization, you're like, oh, this organization must be really doing something.
Let me check it out.
Exactly. Now you got 150 plus. Now 200 want to be joined.
And then
300.
And then this ain't over.
Other organizations may be created. I want that.
Yeah.
I don't want just ASA. I want other organizations to come back as well.
From Austin.
Exactly.
And the birth of it is really, I feel like this is in a rebirth phase of this campus, because I ain't got no guidelines on what y'all supposed to do, as far as, like they were critiquing you, like you gotta do the exact same thing we did last semester. No, y'all need to come up from like the ground up and shape this into what y'all feel like this campus needs. Because campus 4 years ago, we kind of gave it what it needed, but it's a whole different atmosphere now than it was then. So it gotta keep changing with the times, and bro, I feel like keep pushing, because it's gonna take a lot of plowing and everything else too. You wanna make me get a job with it just so I can be y'all advisor, so I can make sure y'all own it. Yes, sir. So also organizations, because you're a part of the fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha, right?
Yeah, Alpha Fraternity
Incorporated, which is
first Black Greek fraternity.
like, say it again for me.
The first Black Greek fraternity.
Yes, sir. So I know there's a lot of pressure just from being the first. So joining that organization with a lot of great names, like
Thurgood Marshall,
tell me,
Dr. Martin Luther King,
him.
those are 2 very, very important people that was a part of the organization. So that should speak very good volume.
Exactly. So you just being a part of the same thing as them, you see some of the struggles that they went through. You see you having to face some of those same struggles even now still to this day.
Yes. Like, for example, trying to bring Austin back has been a very difficult task.
Yeah.
Because one, I didn't know nobody. I had to go meet this person. Now I know this person.
Yeah, Mr. Matt and everybody. Hey, but when you know them people, they want to see you succeed.
They do.
They see that drive in you. And look, Martin Luther King was able to bridge that gap. Like you said, he was able to say his piece, but also shut down people so that the president noticed that, hey man, we got to do something to change, because the economy hit him where it hurt most. So being a part of just that alone, a legacy, I already know. But like, as you were saying,
Yeah, because I always live by this quote like, that Malcolm X lived by. He said, by any means necessary. When I hear that, most people are like, oh, what you mean by killing or something? No. Well, by any, that means no matter what you want to accomplish, do not let nobody stop it. Because there's been plenty of times with me joining the military when I was 17, oh, you too young, we're going straight, moving all over. I've been in Europe, I've been everywhere.
yeah.
But people telling me that's too much because they not doing it. So don't listen to people when they talk you down, man, because they don't want you to outdo them.
Yeah.
Nobody wants you to outdo them.
They always want to impress their limitations on you, but they don't understand their limitations is just a whole thing in their mind, and really not their limitations. So once they get away from that whole mindset that, hey, this is holding me back, and they really just, oh, I just gotta go do it.
Yeah, ain't nothing easy, man.
I know,
Ain't nothing easy.
but the hard stuff, if it comes easy, that lets you know it's not really worth it.
Exactly. Everything, all the way down to your girlfriend. If it's easy, don't do it.
Yep, I mean, shit, easy for somebody else too.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta let them learn their own lessons, because that's how we grow as people. But like you said, by any means. So basically, you don't mix the people don't know. Martin Luther King, low-key, was on the same wavelength as Malcolm.
Yeah, eventually he was.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much peace you can do.
Exactly. Tell me a little bit about it, because most people, they be thinking I was bullshitting.
It's only so much peace. Like when it close to the end, and like when he got close to his death,
Yeah.
both Dr. King and Malcolm X was working together.
Mm.
But then it goes deeper than that, and the
Yeah.
conspiracies and all that I don't know about. So,
Yeah.
but that's pretty much like they were starting to work together. That's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Even though they all both for the people.
Yeah. There's basically like two sides of the coin, but then you put both sides together, you got a full coin, and that lets you like, that show you what true power can strike fear into a lot of different people that are afraid of change. And man, I'm gonna go ahead and touch on how this shit happened, because one, when he got shot, people don't know Martin, he survived the shot. And the FBI came in there, kicked the nurse out, and they smothered him, the doctor and everybody smothered him with a pillow and spat on him. Now imagine if nothing happened and he survived that shot.
The world would be different. It'd be way different than it is now.
Exactly.
And even how I look at it, how the world is slowly changing, how these states are changing laws that you cannot learn about. What about the critical race theory? That's in Florida. That's no longer a thing.
Yeah.
In Texas, you can't learn about that. You can't learn about nothing dealing with African American studies. Nothing.
And the reason why, because they don't want other people to feel uncomfortable about what their ancestors did in the past, but at the same time, they want us to still relive what our ancestors, what we come from, but not tell us our full story. They just stop from this part, from slavery. You realize that anything with Black history, even in school, it started as slavery and come to now. But you can think about it, nobody just never was born into slavery. Exactly. They don't want to talk about that, because that shows the cruel treatment on how their ancestors manipulated their way into the power.
Yeah, because they don't want you to know that. Because if you know that, they'll think that'll strike anger in you.
Yeah.
That'll strike anger in you. That means the uprising. They don't want no uprising.
Yeah.
Because the uprising equals exile. They will get exiled.
Yeah. Because really, I told somebody on season 1, if you actually calculate the numbers of all those minorities standing together, we outnumber everybody else.
Yeah, I number them 3-1.
3-1. Just like they got guns, we got guns. But at the same time, they think that's why I feel like most of the, and I'm not talking about all of them, not all of them are the same, but some of these precious people, they feel like if they're the minorities, they would think we're going to do the same thing they did to us, to them. When reality is, Black people are the most, they treat us like we're not, but we're the most understanding people ever in this world, I feel like.
Like me, for example, I got friends that's all colors.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. What happened in the past is the past, but you're supposed to build on that.
Exactly. Acknowledge it and build from it. The problem I see a lot right now is like a lot of these people are afraid to acknowledge it. That's why they're trying to get critical race theory out of schools, which actually is a college course either way, but it's just like trying to make it where they don't talk about, oh, so you should feel bad because your ancestors were hanging Black people and killing Indians and killing Mexicans and all this, that, and third, because all that comes to light, it's like this, I believe in this quote, shit rolls downhill. So if they don't take accountability for it, eventually somebody got to. So I understand it may be hard for y'all to accept the accountability, but that's not our fault. It's your ancestors' fault for not accepting accountability on the issues that they did. It was acceptable back then. Now we look back at the past, it's not acceptable now. So either the government or the people of ancestors that were a part of this got to step up. Just like as for Black people, we have evolved over time. So we stepped up, said, no, we better than that. Keep rising, keep rising, keep rising. They just got to admit that and rise from it and grow from it.
Yeah, because I look at it, they want you to forget 436 years of slavery.
Can't do that.
You can't forget that. We can't forget 89 years of segregation. We
Yeah.
can't forget that.
Yeah.
We can't forget none of that. But what we can do, we can prolong that. We can move that out the way so we can learn from it and make sure that never happens again.
I can.
Because my friend, he's actually black. He's from Germany, born and raised. In Germany, they learned about World War II.
Yeah.
Every single last one of them. You learn about what the Germans did to the Jews. You learn about, they go to the camps. They see everything, all the way down to the burn marks on the concrete. They see everything. They all get taught that we are looking at this so this never happens again. Over there they get looked at, everybody watches until you graduate, you go there every year.
Right.
Because they don't want that to never happen again.
Yeah. And the problem with America, they took Germany's teaching and they never learned from that. And they never acknowledged that, so they will never happen again. Because some of these people still do the same stuff still to this day.
To this day.
To this day. And it's scary to know that you live in a world where it's accepted by one race of people that they can do this and they can get away with this. Like it's like embedded into our justice systems, constitutions, and everything. Like slavery never even went away.
No, it didn't.
They just repackaged it.
They renamed it as mass incarceration.
Yeah.
Yeah, right immediately.
And we're the only country, I believe, that has no really rehabilitation system.
We don't.
Yeah. And like we're supposed to be the greatest country
In the world.
in the world.
And how I look at it, for me, even being
In the military. Yeah.
like the military itself taught me a lot of structure. We learned quick that we are not fighting for just the people. We're fighting to our men and women, to our left and to our right.
Yeah.
Those people right there I would die for, because those people were there for me.
Yeah.
When I couldn't walk, when my leg was swollen, they helped me.
Yeah.
When his leg was swollen, I helped him. When her leg was swollen, I helped her. We all helped each other get through our process, our training, so we could protect our loved ones at home.
Yeah.
And I feel like even with police brutality,
Yeah.
I feel like that all police should be trained the same way I was trained, the same way you was trained.
Because we did the same thing in the Navy. In order to attack on this level of a threat, they got to be coming at you with that level of a threat. And you aim at your feet, go first, and then go up. Now, if it escalates to that, then correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been out of the military since 2014. But correct me if I'm wrong, or I was kind of right on the money.
No, you was right. It's rules of engagement.
Yeah.
I can't just go, if I'm deployed and in theater, I can't just go shoot somebody because they got a gun. I can't.
And guess what? You will end up at military jail, which is worse than any other jail.
Worse, you're going to work till the day you die. Every day.
Every day. And I feel like people actually hold like certain people the same with standards, then a lot of stuff that we face would go away. I don't want to say it'll go away all the way, but it would change the way people perceive things. Because at first I used to look at different things, like they have all this gear and everything, like what the hell they need all this gear for? But then you remember you told me about like the dude that had a rocket launcher. A lot of people in the streets they wild too.
Yeah, the streets are getting dangerous every year.
And more stuff getting too, like, and you be thinking like, where the hell they getting this stuff from?
They got to be getting somebody because they're not stealing it.
Exactly. So, is the government handing out these guns or someone smoking these guns in? Because at the end of the day, if the world's getting more dangerous, it's dangerous for the people that's in the middle, that's not on either side. They become casualties. And them casualties are the ones that actually like, that stick with you in your head and your mind when you know like, bro, it wasn't meant for them to get hurt.
Because believe it or not, getting a weapon in America is like the second easiest thing to do.
Oh yeah, you get on any corner.
Like literally, if I would go home and be like, hey, I need me a Glock 45.
Okay, I got you.
Somebody gonna go get it.
Yeah. And either you go to a pawn shop, you know, anywhere, really, like I said, you go any corner. You can even ask a homeless man where to get a gun. He can point you in that
Gonna
direction.
point point you in the direction.
But you get to the point where you're looking at life now, it's like, why do we need guns for protection?
Because when I was deployed, when I was overseas, this past summer, when I was in Albania, I learned a lot about the world. When I was over there those few months, I learned a lot. I learned that America is not the world.
No.
The world is not America.
No.
The world is actually better than America. I learned that very quickly. People say, believe it or not, you don't know because this is the only thing that you know. But once you go travel, your mind will change immediately. Because you'll learn how they run things over there, how everybody obey, how everybody not riding. All that's not happening over there.
No.
And if it is, it's not happening at the large scale that it will happen here. Over there, they don't have guns in Albania. That's legal. Nobody has a gun but the police. And the police is not going to shoot you if you even rob something.
They're gonna take you so you can go do your own time.
Exactly.
And after that, they don't hold it against you.
Then after you get out, that's it. They're gonna act like you never did.
You did your it's like just like when you're a little kid and you get a punishment. When you got in trouble, you had a punishment. When your punishment over, that's it.
That was it.
That's it.
No more talking about it.
No more talking about it. It's done.
It's done.
Just you learn from it. Like, dang, dang, I know I can't do this anymore. I was wrong doing that.
Your mom said don't touch no cookie. You go touch the cookie. Now you got a whooping. But you don't touch the cookie no more. Nobody talks about the whooping. You don't never touch the cookie.
You just gotta move on with it.
You gotta move on with it.
Yep, 'cause every action got a equal and opposite reaction. So, but yeah, man, once people travel the world and realize this stuff, cause like, I had a hard time when I was in the military too, because I started seeing the world for what it really was. And it's like, dang, I'm pledging allegiance to this flag, and I'm like, bro, I don't really like everything this country stands for at the same time too. And it was weird for me because I was like, man, at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna go die for these people who right here, right next to me, because they my brothers, they my sisters, we a family. When I can't talk to my mom, man, they here to hear me through my struggles, and they carry me when I'm down and I can't take another step, emotionally, physically, and mentally. So it became like this weird little thing. I was like, bro.
But that's how it is, cause like, I got some homies now, when I met them, I only been knowing them, now I've been knowing them for a few years.
Yeah.
But in the few months that I met them and trained with them, I like them more than most people I grew up with.
Exactly.
And I know for a fact that if I text this dude right now, like, hey man, I'm struggling, I need $100, maybe $200, they're gonna send it, no hesitation.
No questions asked either. They're like, they might ask a few questions.
Yeah, you know.
But then they like, all right, they know you're gonna give it back.
They know you're gonna give it back.
Cause like, and it's funny cause, all right, everybody got a version of you in their head. So you gotta think about this, and I had to learn this too. And you probably already learned this. The people back at home only gonna see you as the same person you was when you was around them. Even with your parents and everything else, they look at you like, oh, you're the goofball, this, that, and third. Like, you gotta achieve what you say you're gonna achieve before they actually take whatever you say serious, type of shit. But when the people that were in boot camp with you, they seen you blossom and seen you grow, they seen you overcome struggles. And it's funny because no matter how everybody else talk about you, like they would at where you're from or wherever you're at, these people, like, if I'm talking to you, they talk to my face and they got my back, and I don't care about all that stuff, that chit chat and everything. Like one of my pay officers told me, at the end of the day, we all bleed blue. I didn't believe it at first. Like, yeah, your blood is in your veins right now is blue. There ain't no color, ain't no black, there ain't no white, there ain't no E-Rab, none of this stuff. We all the same people. We're human beings at the end of the day. So they got your back, you got they back. And I'm like, yo, let's get it. That's it.
That's absolutely true, man. And the thing is, like, I want sad that I can't do it, but I want the world to look at that same concept. Cause they know because I'm African American, because I'm black, because I'm Haitian, because I'm Jamaican. Oh, we all different. No, we all the same. We all the same, because you was born the same, you gonna die the same.
Yep. And our differences should bring us closer together than separate us.
Exactly.
And it should open you up to a whole different perspective of life. Like, I know overseas, I don't know where it was, I think it was Germany. because actually, in Russia, they force the people, like you're required to either serve a year or two in the military or in the Peace Corps.
Yeah, that's in Korea.
Korea. But I think it's also in Russia. I'm not for sure, because I remember this dude had some Belgian chocolate. What's Belgium, man?
Belgium, like right under Germany.
Yeah,
It's in Europe. It's in Europe.
Yeah, it's in Europe. Like, he's like, yo, I served already in the military the first couple of years now. Boom, over here, taking school and everything. And he told me that, I was like, dang. Like, people against the draft and shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, forcing somebody to do that, but you give them like an option so like they can get a better understanding. Because after being in the military, like the way I looked at people in different circumstances is completely different when before I went in. Like the stereotypes, the everything I learned, like, hey, everybody dealing with something, but that don't make them less of a person. And that's how I feel like most people that treat people the same way, like they've been through like these struggles that we
Yeah, because everybody think if you join the military, oh, I'm going to have PTSD, or my leg's going to get blown off.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get deployed immediately. I'm going to go get killed. I'm not dead.
Yeah, there's good to it just as well as bad. And that's what anything in life, you got to accept the good and the bad, because the bad teach you what the good really is, and the good teach you like, hey, you made it through a lot of bad moments to be right here.
Yeah, because you gotta be serious with yourself. Like, I'm like, oh, you afraid to die. We all gonna die eventually.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's promised.
That's the one thing that's promised, that you are gonna die.
Now, how you live
determines that. How you live determines when you're gonna die. You may not know exactly when you're gonna die, but if you live a good life, may live a long time.
Yeah.
You live a bad life, you're gonna die real quick.
Yeah. And that determines what type of people you have around you too.
Exactly.
And the people that are around you are the big players in your life. So if you're around crowds right now that not doing nothing and you want more out of life, change your crowd. Point blank period. Change your crowd. Change your circumstance, because if you feel like you can't go nowhere and you're stuck and you want to go, look, I use the military as a reason to get out, see the world, travel a little bit more, find out more that's out there. I came back home, found I had a little, what that book called, you got all the things you want to do, bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bucket list, ended up marking off like stuff I forgot about writing in high school. I had marked off like 25 things. And I said, dang, I did a lot in my last 10 years. I was like, dang, I wonder what the next 10 years is going to be. I had to make a whole new bucket list. And I was like,
yeah, man, that's just like me. I joined the Army immediately when I turned 17, 11th grade.
yeah,
I joined, I left, went to basic, came back my senior year. My mindset had totally changed.
yeah,
It had totally changed. The person I was with at the time even said it.
yeah.
And like when I went to school, everybody else knew it because they was trying to talk to me the same like they before, and that wasn't
What
working.
it was.
Because I was in my mindset that what I really wanted. And all the way to now, because I've been in the Army almost 4 years now. I done seen the world. I done came to college. I done came here. I done been all over. I done seen what I wanted to see. I done did most things that I wanted to do. And it don't matter about just joining the military, but by anything. It's all about networking.
Yeah,
In order to get, my granddad always told me, number one rule in life is, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. But yeah, you gotta know some though, but it's really who you know.
yeah. Who you know get you through that door?
Exactly, because you think, so you can have a 4.3 weighted GPA. You come into NASA and say, hey, I want to work here. All right, cool. Who you got for your record? You have nobody. I come in 3.0 on the dot, but I know everybody that work at NASA. I'm going to get that job.
Yep,
And that's just, it's sad to say, but that's just how it works.
yeah,
Because they know I'm more trustworthy, because that's what they want, because they can mold me into that 4.0.
yeah.
But they can't mold somebody to trust. That stuff is earned, not given.
Well, you preaching to the choir right now. And, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got nothing to say after that shit, man. But before we close out with this episode and everything, you got anything else you want to leave these people with?
Well, what I say, folks, is if you want to do it by any means necessary. Don't let nobody hold you. There's too many people that are unsolved, that their parents dictate what they wanted to do.
Facts.
let their girlfriend dictate what they want to do. No, you only got really yourself at the end of the day. So live for you. Make sure you get what you want in life. Don't not hold it for nobody because they gonna get what they want. It's the fact that they don't want you to get what you want because you're gonna end up being better than them. I want you to be better than yourself. Better than me. I'm not competing with nobody. You should shoulder shouldn't you. You take the bull by the horns and throw it to the ground and get right.
Yes, sir. Hey, you said something that I be saying that all the time to like the people that I hang out with. I feel like I kind of mentor because at the end of the day, like I said, you gotta have you because you got yourself through all them days that no one else was around. You gotta live your life. Your parents already lived theirs, and your people that are around you right now, they're living theirs too. But you determine how your life ends up, what your story is about, that little dash in the middle. But for me, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Steve Harvey said it best, jump. If you're scared right now, you feel like you want to do something in life, but you don't know where to start, man, it's easy. Look it up on YouTube. You can find anything on YouTube nowadays. You can find anything on Google. Find out what that step is, the first step is, and take a leap of faith. Because if you never jump, Steve already said this best, your parachute will never open. You too busy looking at everybody else, watching what they doing, how they soaring right now. That's because they jumped. They took that leap. So we got to start taking that leap of faith and get stuff done for us that we want to do.
Yeah, I know we're gonna go, but I just want to say.
Go ahead, say it, man. Say it.
Yeah, that's I can use myself for that. Yeah, like jump. Like before I moved to Pensacola, I was working a normal job and being in the military. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm finna go off to college. When I came here, it was hard. Ain't have a job. The job I had wasn't paying. I didn't know nobody. You know, it was very difficult. And then we was getting ready to deploy at the same time, so school was hard, everything. I almost wanted to give up, but I didn't. Kept going. Money got back right. Went overseas, came back. Played my fraternity. After that, everything was up from then. Started going more places. Started meeting the people that I wanted to meet. Started doing the things that I wanted to do. A year later, I'm fine. So yeah, don't be scared. It gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You like literally when I came here, it hurt. I was like, dang, I'm not used to this. I've been taking care of myself since I've been 16. So I wasn't used to not having no money. Like that hurt. But some things you go through it to humble yourself.
Yeah.
Like, hey, well that humble me, hey, don't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't never get comfortable.
Never. Get your back toe out and everything, get the scars you need. Because the scars remind you about the journey. And look, that journey is all worth it at the end. You ain't gonna see it while you're going through, but when you look back, connect the dots, you're gonna see it.
You're gonna see it.
Sure. Because, like you said, man, me as example, I had already had a show I was trying to do similar like this. It was called 1 Mile. And I stopped it. I felt like I ain't had enough grit, enough stuff I went through, and really I ain't had enough support, I felt like. It took me, and that was like 2016. Well, I'm saying all this to say this, look, I'm basically doing the same thing I was planning on doing, just got a different name. And the name actually got more meaning. From Boyz to Men, because I had to learn this. I had to, in order for anything I want to make happen, I gotta make it happen. I can't depend on others. Like if it's gonna be, it's up to me. If it's gonna be, it's up to me. So make the rest of your life the best of your life. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. Because the people you run into for a reason. They either want to better you or they love to just break you down. Just learn how to decipher the two and let's keep it moving, bro. Because look, at the end of the day, like I said, it's all up to you. Yeah. But all right. Now let me go ahead and close this out. But remember, like I always say, dream big dreams. Because small dreams have little magic. And how big would you dream if you know you couldn't fail? So I'm going to say I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Man, thank you for coming on.
Oh, no problem.
Hey, there's going to be a part 2.
All right.
You already know it. Hey, peace, love, and your happiness. Boy, that shit was, hey.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Better throw some respect on my name. Gotta remind these folks on the daily, cause I ain't really been myself as of lately. My mind's evolving and my heart is changing. Starting to see the world how it should be. It's positively sweet like a half full glass of tea. And I know every day my grandmama pray for me. Hey, and I know exactly what she probably say about me. Give that girl some love, joy,